What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Tuesday, October 31st, 2023, and I have another emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now, it is 6:04 p.m. Eastern Time here in the United States, and we have some major breaking news coming in from the Middle East and Europe. So, we have some very unusual activity over Poland and the Baltics today. So here we have a Forte 11 RQ4 Global Hawk heavily patrolling northern and eastern Poland. Look at this, guys. This is the first time ever that Forte 11 has been deployed to Poland. Normally, this RQ4 Global Hawk patrols the Black Sea, and now it's patrolling Poland basically all day. And what's interesting is earlier it was patrolling along the Belarus border, close to where Russia has thousands of troops just south of the city of Brest in Belarus. But now you can see it's focusing heavily on Kaliningrad and the Bay of Gdańsk in northern Poland. So this is very, very concerning. And what's also concerning is we have a massive number of Russian military cargo planes going to Kaliningrad. And these cargo planes specialize in transporting weapons, ammunition, vehicles, and troops. Okay, so we had one earlier today, and now we have a second one. Okay, this plane right here. This is an Ilyushin 76 MD 90A going to Kaliningrad, guys. This is very, very concerning. Okay, this means that Russia is building up their forces in Kaliningrad, and it's very possible that they could attack Poland from both Kaliningrad and Belarus. Russia has thousands and thousands of troops in southwestern Belarus, right over here near the city of Brest. And then they also have thousands of troops near Grodno, near the Suwalki Gap. And then they have at least 300,000 troops in Kaliningrad, along with tactical nuclear weapons. So they could potentially launch a surprise attack on Poland and try to go for Warsaw. They could try to push south from Kaliningrad and then push west from Belarus and just go right for Warsaw, or they could try to close the Suwalki Gap, or they could be trying to go after Estonia. It's really hard to say, guys, but this is extremely unusual and extremely concerning. And we also had a combat Sentinel plane patrolling the Baltics and Finland today as well. And that's the 8th time a combat Sentinel plane has been deployed to this region in the last 2.5 weeks or so. And these combat Sentinel planes are used for providing intelligence information to the U.S. president and the top generals. So if they have one of these things airborne somewhere, it means that it's something serious going on that would warrant one of those planes being deployed there, because they only have 2 of them and they report directly to the president and the Joint Chiefs. Okay. So something's brewing over here, guys. Okay. It's very possible that as the war in the Middle East kicks off and all hell breaks loose in the Middle East, we could see Russia potentially launch a surprise attack on Poland or the Baltics. All right. And for those of you guys who are saying that I'm fear mongering, well, let me tell you, I have family in Poland. All right. I'm the son of Polish immigrants. So that's definitely not something I want to share with you, is news of Poland being invaded by Russia. But this is extremely unusual, guys, extremely unusual. So just wanted to share this with you before I update you on Israel. Here we have a U.S. reconnaissance plane that's currently patrolling the Israeli coastline, the Eastern Mediterranean here. And here's that Russian transport plane that was active earlier. It took off from Kaliningrad, and you can see it was flying back towards Russia here. This was a plane, part of the 224th Flying Unit, and this 224th Flying Unit is responsible for carrying the Russian president's cars and equipment during state visits abroad. but it's also used for providing oversized cargo haulage overseas. And they actually used this particular plane, the Antonov 124. They used it during the Iraq and Afghanistan wars when Russia was actually helping NATO and helping the US to fight against Al Qaeda. Russia was using this particular plane to airlift equipment and oversized cargo into Iraq and Afghanistan. All right. So this is very concerning, guys. I am extremely concerned. Look at all the activity in Europe today. We had an aerial refueler flying off the coast of Norway. We had some Eurofighter Typhoons flying over Scotland. We also had two U.S. Air Force VIP planes land in London this afternoon. Okay, two Boeing C-32As landed in London. So some Air Force VIPs are going to the UK. That's also concerning as well. And we have some very concerning news also coming out of Turkey. Apparently, two B-1 nuclear bombers have landed at the Turkish Incirlik base located in Adana, Turkey. Okay, so these are U.S. supersonic nuclear bombers, the B-1B Lancers. Okay, apparently two of them landed in Incirlik Air Base, which, by the way, we have the U.S. B-61 gravity nuclear bombs stored at Incirlik. Okay, so they landed at a base that stores the B-61 gravity nuclear bombs. All right, because Turkey is part of NATO's nuclear sharing program. So Turkey is one of 6 NATO countries that has U.S. B-61 gravity nuclear bombs stored on their soil. So two U.S. nuclear bombers landing in Turkey at the same base where they have several dozen tactical nukes. Okay. So the U.S. is preparing for a worst case scenario. They're preparing to fly bombing missions over Iran and other countries that try to attack Israel. All right. One of these B-1 bombers can carry over a dozen of the B-61 gravity nuclear bombs. All right. And so they could fly right over Iran and completely devastate their most important bases in just one sortie. Okay. And the B-61 gravity nuclear bombs also have earth penetrating capabilities, so they could be used to target some of the bunkers in Iran as well. But this is an actual picture coming from Turkey today. All right. Here's another picture showing that B-1. All right. So the U.S. is preparing for the worst case scenario, guys. They're preparing for having to possibly launch a decapitation strike on Iran if Iran starts to attack Israel or if Iran starts to attack American bases. And the Israeli War Cabinet will consider the possibility of launching an airstrike against Houthi targets in Yemen. And this comes after Yemen declared war on Israel, and the Houthi rebels declared war on Israel, and they fired several missiles earlier today. And for the first time in Israel's history as a country, did they ever have a medium range ballistic missile fired at them? That was today, guys. Okay. And their air defense system was able to intercept it. All right. But as you can see, this conflict is slowly escalating. So you need to make sure you're getting prepared. Okay. Take inventory of what preps you have and what preps you need. If you need to get more stuff, get it now. All right. Because once this thing kicks off, once the Middle East, goes crazy, once Russia attacks Poland and the Baltics, once North Korea attacks South Korea, and once China attacks Taiwan, it's going to be too late. People are going to panic buy like crazy. And I believe we're going to see that. We're going to see multiple fronts opening up at the same time. I believe this was all planned out by Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea, that this is all happening it's a coordinated effort. Okay. And the FBI says that the threat of terrorism here in the U.S. is now at the highest level ever in U.S. history. Okay, I'll repeat that again. The FBI says the threat of terrorism here in the U.S. now is at the highest level ever. Okay, higher than after 9/11, guys. All right, global jihad was already declared like 2 weeks ago. All right, they already declared global jihad. All these different groups, there, it's already in place, guys. Okay, so time is running out. The Pentagon is going to be sending 300 special operations troops to the Middle East to bolster existing operations after attacks on U.S. bases rise to 27. Okay, 27 attacks on U.S. bases, guys. 27 attacks. That is just absolutely insane. And the Pentagon is going to be sending explosives ordnance disposal units and communications units. So, very, very interesting. They're also sending more units to Israel to help with the hostage rescue. And a CNN team on the ground in Israel is saying that they're witnessing the main effort of the Gaza invasion right now. Okay, so they're witnessing just crazy tank battles and gunfire. A CNN team on the ground in Israel near the Gaza perimeter is seeing and hearing evidence of a significant number of Israeli tanks moving through the northeastern part of the Gaza Strip. What sounds like tank fire can be heard too. The number of Israeli military vehicles inside the perimeter appears to be considerably higher than just a few hours ago, as the IDF appears to have expanded the ground operation once again. Sporadic machine gun fire is also heard from the area, indicating close range combat within the strip. At the same time, Israeli Defense Forces continue to fire artillery rounds from outside the perimeter. So it looks like the main effort is here, guys. This is the main effort right now. Okay, Israel is slowly surrounding Gaza City. They're pushing deeper and deeper. This is it, guys. Okay, so any day now, we could see massive escalation. It could be tomorrow, it could be Thursday, it could be Friday, it could be Saturday, but we're just days away from massive escalation. Okay, so please make sure you're getting ready. And according to a Russian source, Lebanon's Hezbollah has given an ultimatum to the Israeli government to stop attacks on the Gaza Strip by 1500 hours local time in Israel on November the 3rd. And Hezbollah has released a new video with Chief Nasrallah, that's the leader of Hezbollah, indicating that he will give an order on November the 3rd that Israel will be attacked. Okay, so the leader of Hezbollah is going to be giving a speech on November the 3rd at 1500 hours local time. All right, and many people believe that he's going to give the official war declaration order, okay, to declare war on Israel. Hezbollah has released footage from Nasrallah's speech, which will be broadcasted on Friday. In the video, they read some clips from the Quran. They quote verses 4 and 5 of the Surah Al-Isra and Isra chapters 4 and 5. We declare this to be the children of Israel in the book. Indeed, you will cause corruption on the earth twice and will become arrogant and rebellious with great excess. When the time comes, we will send our servants against you, and they will search everywhere to kill you. Okay, so that's very, very concerning, guys. Okay, very concerning. So it looks like Friday, Hezbollah is going to officially declare war on Israel. And this is in addition to the Houthi rebels that just declared war today, the Yemeni government, which just declared war today. I mean, Iran basically is already gearing up for war. So it looks like Israel's going to be attacked from all sides, and it's going to happen any day, guys. I'm telling you, it's not going to be weeks. It's not going to be months. I'm saying days away from massive, unprecedented, historic escalation, okay? White House spokesman John Kirby, he's the National Security Council spokesman, said that we are closely following Nasrallah's speech. He can say whatever he wants, but our message to him is not to spread the conflict in the region. Wow, guys, I've never seen John Kirby say something like that. Very strong words from a guy who's normally not that strong of a speaker, basically warning Nasrallah, don't get involved or we're going to annihilate you. Okay. And there's already 2 U.S. aircraft carriers in the Eastern Mediterranean, and that's over 300 fighter jets, not including the guided missile destroyers. Okay. There's probably hundreds and hundreds of Tomahawk missiles between those 2 carrier strike groups. You're talking about almost 1,000 Tomahawk missiles, guys. They could completely annihilate Hezbollah, okay, if they want to. So I think we're going to see it, guys. I think Hezbollah is going to declare war on Friday, and the U.S. is going to have to respond because Israel is one of America's top allies. Also, the nonstop attacks on U.S. bases. All right. So the U.S. is going to have to do something. They're going to probably start by attacking Hezbollah, and they're going to start by attacking the Iranian militants. And then that's when things could escalate, because then Iran could respond and try to attack Israel or try to attack one of our fighter jets or try to shoot them down or something like that. Okay. And things could really escalate. So I'm very, very concerned, guys. I've never been this concerned in my life as now. I mean, this is just absolutely insane, considering the situation in the Baltic countries as well, with Russia doing weird things over there at the same time as this. I'm very, very concerned, okay, about World War III and a multi front world war breaking out any day now, guys. Days away. All right. Hezbollah and Iran have informed America that they have a deadline until dawn on Friday to end the aggression against Gaza or enter into a direct and open war with the entire resistance axis. Hassan Nasrallah, that's the leader of Hezbollah, informed Hamas and Islamic Jihad that every time he gave a speech on television, he would announce a major event. So he doesn't give speeches for no reason. This leader of Hezbollah, he doesn't give speeches for no reason, just for the fun of it. It's always when he announces major events. So looks like Hezbollah and Iran have already told America what's going to happen. And we have 2 Iranian ships spotted in the Red Sea today. And what you're looking at here are some pictures of where these Iranian ships are located. On the left, we have satellite imagery, and on the right, we have just a map showing where these 2 ships are located. You can see they're in the southern Red Sea, just off the coast of Eritrea. And apparently, these 2 warships, Iranian warships, are missile carriers. Okay, these are Iranian missile carriers, guys. Okay, so Iran is moving missile ships to the theater. Okay, and we have our Marine Expeditionary Unit in this area, guys. We have 2 of our amphibious assault ships in the Red Sea right now. Okay, so what if one of these Iranian ships launches a missile at one of our ships, or it's just, what if they try to shoot down a Israeli fighter jet or American fighter jet? I mean, the escalation is just, there's so many possibilities here. It's possible too that they're going to launch attacks on Israel from these ships, maybe on the Saudi Arabian oil fields, which they've done in the past. They did that a few years ago. They could destroy half the world's oil supply in just one volley of missiles. And they were actually able to bypass Saudi Patriot missiles, or at least Saudi air defenses, the last time they fired their missiles at the oil fields in Saudi Arabia. So they've proven that they can bypass Saudi air defenses and target those oil fields. So this is very, very concerning. And the Pentagon is now saying that the USS Bataan and the USS Carter Hall are expected to remain in the Red Sea for an extended period as part of the U.S. naval buildup in the Middle East. 2 defense officials confirmed to USNI News on Monday. So these were the 2 amphibious assault ships as part of the 26th MEU the Marine Expeditionary Unit, that were going to go into the Eastern Mediterranean with 2,500 Marines, but now they're being ordered to stay in the Red Sea, which is interesting. And like I said, we got 2 Iranian missile ships in the Red Sea as well. So very concerning stuff, guys. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken will visit Tel Aviv for the second time on Friday since the beginning of the war on October the 7th. And the Israeli Air Force carried out the first operational interception of a ballistic missile threat by the Arrow missile defense system in the Red Sea region. And apparently the threat did not infiltrate Israeli airspace. That was the medium-range ballistic missile. The first time that a medium-range ballistic missile was ever fired on Israel, and they shot it down, thank God. The New York Times is reporting that the Pentagon is sending 200 American commandos stationed in Israel. And the Pentagon is saying that 200 American commandos stationed in Israel are assisting Israeli Defense Forces in identifying and locating hostages in Gaza, among other things, also to locate American citizens held in the Gaza Strip. And we already knew that, obviously. A senior American official told NBC that 4 U.S. bases in the Middle East were attacked yesterday. 4 bases attacked yesterday, guys. And Arab sources are saying that a Houthi missile landed in Jordanian territory today. And according to some sources, it was intercepted by Jordanian air defense. Here's a picture of the Israeli Arrow missile defense system. Okay. And here's where the Houthi missile landed in Jordan. It landed somewhere in southern Jordan. And here's a picture of it. Okay, this missile that crashed in the desert. And the Israeli Defense Forces captured a major Hamas base today, the Al Jabaliyah base. And apparently, a total of 50 Hamas militants were eliminated in the process. And the base was used for training and preparation of terrorist attacks by Hamas. The base had shooting ranges and tunnels that led to the beach, and the IDF destroyed the tunnel entrances and collected intelligence. And the IDF eliminated a squad that tried to launch anti-tank missiles from the Lebanese border today. And military infrastructures of Hezbollah were attacked. So we're still seeing attacks going on along the northern border of Israel with Lebanon. And the Qatar Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that the expansion of Israeli attacks against the Gaza Strip to include civilians is a dangerous escalation that would undermine mediation efforts. And the Marine Corps Commander General Eric Smith was hospitalized after suffering an apparent heart attack on Sunday evening. 2 defense officials confirmed to USNI News on Monday. So Eric Smith is the guy who's supposed to be commanding the 26th Marine Expeditionary Unit, those Marines that are deployed in the Middle East. He's supposed to be commanding them, and he just got a heart attack on Sunday evening. And he was one of the generals that the U.S. sent to Israel. So that's pretty suspicious, kind of weird, actually. The Bolivian government cut off diplomatic relations with Israel, and Twitter has suspended the account of Hezbollah, and Japan announced that they're going to freeze the assets of Hamas members. And what you're looking at here is a map showing the approximate locations of the 2 carrier strike groups in the Mediterranean. So yesterday, if you watched my update, I was able to locate the Eisenhower carrier strike group based on a C-2 Hawkeye that flew from Sigonella, and it flew onto the deck of the Eisenhower and landed on it, and it brought supplies. And now it's pushing further east from there, but it's still not even near Crete, okay? And here we have the latest location of the 2 U.S. carrier strike groups in the Middle East. You can see the Dwight Eisenhower is right off the coast of Crete, and the Gerald Ford is just off the coast of Cyprus. So it's still going to take another couple of days for the Eisenhower to make it to Iran, which is its final destination. It's going to take probably about 4 days. So at the end of this week, it's going to reach Iran. and that's where it's going to be permanently deployed for now during this whole situation. So that's pretty much the latest information that I have, guys. Things are really escalating. I'll do another update later on tonight. So make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell icon so you can get notified when I post these emergency updates. And when things escalate, I will go live 24/7. And I'm working on setting up a 24/7 live stream at the moment. I'm trying to get the proper equipment for that so I can cover these events 24/7 rather than just doing these video updates. So I'll be back later on tonight with another update probably. Until then, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.